Back when I was a basketball coach, I used to tell my boys that making a jump shot was super easy because all you really needed was arch, angle, distance, flick of the wrist, and jump. That's it. And you master that, and you're going to hit your jump shot every single time. Well, maybe not every single time, but a majority of the time. Well, trading is no different. You got to master the price action setups, right? You got to go trend, bias, price cycles, action points. And then, yeah, and then sometimes it doesn't go in your favor. Sometimes you miss the shot. But when you start mastering the fundamentals, you get them down, you can start seeing where the turns are, seeing how to take advantage of the opportunities that are presented before you. So I want to kind of go in and recap today's session or today's trading session a little bit. All right, everybody should be seeing my screen right now, and I want to take you just a little bit of a journey as to what we did today. So when we started trading for the day, we were up about 4% before I opened up the room and I started trading with everybody. You can see we ended the day at 5.18% on the day. That's, to me, I'm done trading. That's good enough for the day, so we're good. I wanted to kind of take you through a little bit of my analysis on the day. So you can see here on the 5-minute chart, we have this channel that was forming, right? And so I came into the market, a couple things. Before you even start trading, you got to identify if there's a news event that's going to be happening inside of your trading session. And there was. And so initially on the onset of my trading session, and there's a market mover news event coming in. So I'm going to trade light until the news event happens, right? And so that was my first initial assessment. Trade light till the news event. The second thing was, okay, it's been moving up quite a bit for quite a while, right? And so I'm like, okay, so is it going to continue to move up, or are we going to get a downtrend in the market? And what I was looking for is, I didn't have any of this data because I was starting to trade right here on the 5-minute chart. So you don't know if it's going to go down, it's going to go up, because according to the analysis that I was looking at, is you had this channel right here. It's been going up, kind of a breakout of the channel, then coming right back in, then breaking below it, then coming back in, then breaking above it, then coming back in, and then testing. It tested that. It's going to come down. If it breaks lower, it could run down and give us another test, right? And so now enter our trading session. We're right here on the 1-minute chart. We're looking, okay, is it going to break lower? Is it going to break lower? Well, I chose to get into sells after everything. You know, hey, this is a possible place where it could bounce up and it could run up, or it could see a continuation of this trend, of this little micro trend right here, downward pressure. Ultimately, I made the decision to get into sells right here because, to me, this is a risk versus reward situation where if I were to get into buys right here and the market moved higher, that would have been in my favor. But if it moved against me and it did decide to break this, there was a good chance that I would not see this range or this price for a good while. So I opted to get into sells because if I got into sells here and it does go up against me, there was a good chance that it could come back down and hit my break even or get me out of those trades, or being able to fix those trades easier. So all things being equal, if I don't really know the direction to move or to go, I'll go back to my risk versus reward, which is easier to fix if it does go against me. But again, going back to super light, I was okay to go light, and if I needed to fix it, I could fix it relatively quickly. So that's kind of the logic that I went in with, thinking, okay, we're going to go ahead and sell here, get into a few sells. As you see, I was able to capitalize on that, make some money there. Got into some sells thinking it was going to come down. I said, since it crossed this, there's a good chance it's going to come down and test this right here, right? And so I got into some sells thinking we're going to have a continuation of this test. It didn't materialize. It came up and it broke this. And so now I'm thinking, okay, because it broke this area, are we now going to see this bounce back up? and I didn't want to run the risk of having these sells on. So I did a quick fix it trade right here where I put a bunch of sells on for a ride down lower to where I would break even on this layer, just in case it did decide this is the point where this is now where it's going to bounce. So I got back to break even on this layer right here on this trade layers, and now I'm in the hunt for some new opportunities, right? So as it comes back up, I'm looking, it didn't break, it failed the test. Because of that failed test right there, I said, okay, it failed the test, so now we should get into some sells. So we did. We got into some sells right here. It came back. I was thinking, okay, it could come back and test the top. It didn't. I got into some buys. So now I got to fix those, right? Not necessarily fixing trades, just adjusting. I'm constantly just adjusting trades, making sure that they never go against me too much to where a bad trade turns into a worse trade. And then better, even more yet, it turns into a blow up your account situation. We don't want to ever let that happen. So I'm quick to get in, I'm quick to get out, and I'm quick to change directions. You can see here, sell, sell, sell. Look, I got to buy, 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 sell, sell, sell. You know, I'm like, I don't really care the direction. And then I'm out. So I'm like, I'm going to go flat here. I'm going to just close out all my trades because news events coming in. I have no idea what direction that's going to go. And it's going to pop. And sure enough, it popped right here. The way I typically trade news is as soon as it bounces down and it stalls right here, I usually stack into a bunch of trades for a pullback, right? We did get that pullback, but I failed to hit that red X because I was talking or teaching or something like that. And I was explaining and I had the wrong button on and I couldn't get out. I couldn't hit that as fast as I could. So I just missed the opportunity. No big deal. I just needed to now fix that instead of capitalizing on it. So I did miss an opportunity here to really get out of my trades for profit. So these trades right here, the market did in fact kind of pull back all the way up to about here. That's where I wanted to get out, but again, wasn't able to execute on that. So I just waited for the next stall point, which was right here, got in, took some profit here. And then waited for the opportunity for it to actually stop and to get a reversal point of when it crossed there. It finally reversed here, crossed there. And then I was waiting to see if it would come up to this 50%, because if it came up to the 50% right there, then I was going to be good on these guys and I was going to be good on these guys, and it failed to cross. It made another lower attempt. So I just got out of everything for, again, another break-even situation, okay? I'm trading to break even right now, but if the market would have continued to go up to the 50%, I would have made more money and not break even. So that, again, my risk versus reward came into play right here, right? My risk versus reward came into play, and I said, I'm going to let it ride to see if we're going to go ahead and hit that 50%. We didn't at that time, so just got out for break even. Then again, popped down right here. I treated this as an exhaustion candle, and as an exhaustion candle right here because it failed. It's just a big old wick, moved up, and then we got this guy that popped up above this. And so now I'm into buys right here off of this move. I went a little heavier on my position size. The reason why I went a little heavier and I'm light, I was completely light all the way in here. The reason why I went a little heavier is because I identified this as an exhaustion bar. It was after news, so the volatility was still good, but the news event wasn't going to give you this move anymore. So it's clear that move in my mind, and I was okay to add a few more positions on. Because I was kind of breaking even, I was still going ahead, but I was breaking even. This move and these subsequent moves got me out. I was right at that goal, or really moved me into profitability and started to get closer to that 1%, right? So I was hitting that 1%, and then I got these sells move, sold into here thinking, it's going to bounce. It moved up, sold that, broke even on that layer. And then finally with this move right here, I do think I actually flipped screens. started talking about the challenge. I had this trade on right here, and then it just exit out right here when I noticed that I had these on. Anyways, that was a 1% day right there. But the key to this trading session that I wanted to talk about was break even, break even, break even. Boom. Made my 1%. Right. Now, I'm not saying, obviously, I wasn't just breaking even, but I wasn't going up very good. Right. And so I was building a little bit of profit, shouldn't say break even, but we were just little bit of profit. I was still going up. So a little bit of profit, little bit of profit, little bit of profit. And then boom, made like, 0.75 because I was like 1/4% to that 1% goal that I tried to trade with you guys. And then 3/4 right here in this area, because the market finally gave me what I was looking for. All the conditions were met. I took advantage of it, and then took out that 1%. Anyways, hopefully that was helpful to kind of see how I saw the market. Definitely check out the challenge. We kind of went over another trader's trades and kind of guided him through the challenge, and it was a great opportunity. And then yeah, so hopefully you guys saw value in this, and then we will see you guys tomorrow morning. Thanks.